everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Just before I get into the video, please do not forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get a notification every time I post. And if you are enjoying videos like this, then please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, we're going to go back into another review video. I have done one on the expansion packs and for game packs, but obviously I couldn't leave out stuff packs. So I want to show you guys what I think are the best stuff packs to invest in. And just remember that this is my opinion, and obviously you guys might have different opinions, and that is fine. We're all allowed our own opinion. But I just hope during this self-isolation / quarantine situation, coronavirus thing that we're going through, I just really hope that you guys are staying safe. I hope you're all well, and I really hope this video helps you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Movie Hangout, and I'm going to put this one at enjoyable, because although the whole Movie Hangout thing isn't the sort of thing I personally like to add into my game, I absolutely adore the build and buy items in this pack. Honestly, out of everything in this pack, it's definitely build and buy. The creator sim items are not bad. They're very like what do you call it, like hippie, boho sort of vibe. They are really nice. Not something that I usually dress my Sims in. I occasionally do use them, but the build and buy items are amazing. I really would recommend that pack. I wouldn't put it as my favourite stuff pack, but it's definitely one that I would recommend investing in. I'm going to just pick these at random, by the way, because there are quite a lot of stuff packs to get through. The next one I'm going to pick is Cool Kitchen, and I'm going to put that at I forget about it, because I genuinely do. I don't think I rarely ever use the items in this pack. They have an ice cream maker and things like that. I don't know. It's nothing. I don't think it adds a lot to the game. Like, whereas Movie Hangout adds a lot of creator sim and like valuable creator sim and build items. Cool Kitchen stuff does have some nice kitchen like build and buy stuff, but to add things to the game, I don't really see it as one of my priorities for stuff packs. So that's going quite low down. So the next one I'm going to pick is My First Pet Stuff, and as a lot of you will probably guess, this is going in Do Not Buy. Now, there's been a lot of controversy in the Sims community over this pack anyway, because a lot of us believe that it should have been added into the Cats and Dogs expansion pack rather than sold as a separate stuff pack, and I 100% agree. And one of the main things that upsets me about this stuff pack is that Simmers need to have cats and dogs in order to have this stuff pack, so it limits the amount of people that could have it anyway. It's just not, personally, something I would buy. And to be honest with you, I've never bought it. I wouldn't want it. I've seen reviews on it. It's just not for me, and it's not for a lot of people. I feel like I think EA and Sims, they really disappointed themselves with that pack. Some people do like it, and obviously I'm not going to bash you if it's something that you like, fair enough. But for me, I think they could have put that in with cats and dogs and saved us all a lot of money. I don't really see the point of investing in something like that. Although, is it cats and dogs or for My First Pet Stuff that comes with the death of being bit by a rodent? I don't know. It might be that one. If it is, that's the only good thing about that pack. Everything else, I'm like, hell no, not for me. And another one I'm going to add to that category is spooky stuff, because I don't really play with like Halloween in the game ever, and I guess you could pair it up even with the vampire game pack or Realm of Magic maybe, but yeah, I don't know. It's just not, again, anything that I would ever purchase. It's not really something I'd add to my game, and it's not really something I'd think about adding to my game if it was missing. I don't feel like you're missing out on gameplay if you don't have that, if that makes sense. But yeah, another massive no for me, personally anyway. Now, back on a more positive note, I'm going to start my next stuff pack with the Laundry Day stuff pack, and this one is going straight up to buy it now. This was the first community voted stuff pack, and we did an amazing job. That is hands down the best stuff pack for The Sims 4. Even just the element of laundry in the game, it gives so much realism. You could argue that it should have been added into the normal base game anyway, but if you are missing out on a bit of like realism in the game and like family life, laundry is something that every single household has to do every week. So it's so amazing to add that into the game, and I just love it. It's just so good, and the fact that you can do hand washing and you can also do machine washing, and the build and buy and the create sim items are all so good. Obviously us as a community picked it anyway, so we knew it was going to be good. But yeah, that honestly is my favourite stuff pack by far. I think a lot of people probably agree with me on that is one of the best ones, if not the best stuff pack to come out of The Sims 4 so far. So next one, I'm going to put Perfect Patio stuff. I'm going to put it in enjoyable, purely because although I wouldn't put it in the same category as Laundry Day because it doesn't really add a lot of gameplay, but I really love the garden furniture, like the outdoor furniture that comes with this pack. I do feel like the base game and even the expansion packs and the game packs don't really come with a lot of like landscaping, what would you call it? Like, yeah, just outdoor furniture, I think that's what you'd call it. But yeah, they don't really come with a lot of great things to put in your Sims back gardens. So I think that is one of the best packs. Not the best, but one of. I would definitely recommend investing in Perfect Patio if you needed, or if you're feeling like you're running out of things to put in your Sims gardens, then that is definitely one to think about purchasing. Now the next one I'm going to talk about is the Toddler stuff, and that's going down in I Forget About It. This is mainly because I don't really play with families anyway, and if I do, I don't really care what my toddler's wearing most of the time, and a lot of the time anyway they're in their sleepwear, so I'm not really fussed about what they're wearing. I could be quite controversial on that and people might not agree with me, but in my opinion I like to play with young adult Sims. I am that boring simmer. I'll have one sim, a young adult sim, and that is it a lot of the time. So not in my Let's Plays, but in my normal personal simming, that is what I would do. So I do forget about that stuff pack. I actually did forget it existed until I went to do this review. I've never personally purchased it purely because I don't feel the need to. I have seen obviously reviews and videos about it, and I mean if that's the sort of gameplay you're into, then I would say invest in it if you like the whole family aspect of it. But in my opinion, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's just my personal gameplay, and that leads me on to the kids room stuff pack that again goes in there. A lot of people do like this stuff pack, and I can see why, but again, I don't really play with families a lot. I tend to stick to single sim households, or maybe like 3 Sims max. And even if I do create a family from scratch, I never really create kids or toddlers. It'll always be teens, or I'll obviously make them have children, but I don't really care what they're wearing, sort of thing. I know it sounds really bad, but I'm just not that bothered. So yeah, that goes with the toddler stuff pack in my personal opinion. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Luxury Party. Now this one's going to go in meh because it doesn't really add anything to the game gameplay wise as a lot of the other ones do, like with Laundry Day and things like that. But yeah, I mean, the Create Sim items are great, it's nice, but again, it's not one I would recommend above all the others I've put above it, but it's not one that I'd say don't buy it. It's one of those ones where if you're struggling on what to buy, maybe you've got all the ones at the top, I would recommend then maybe buying this one, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's just a very mediocre stuff pack in my opinion. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Tiny Living, and now this one is going straight up to buy it now. This is definitely one of the best packs I personally think has been released, purely because just like Laundry Day, it adds more to your gameplay with the aspect of the different tiers of building as well as realism. So as you can probably tell, I like the realism in my game. So the fact that you can make your Sims live in tiny houses, which is something which is quite relevant in today's society, it just makes it so much better for me. And they've got amazing Create a Sim items, and the build items are so good. I love as well the challenge of having to build tiny houses. I love the thought of it, and the fact that stuff packs are obviously quite cheap and they've made this into a stuff pack rather than an expansion pack. I really would highly recommend Tiny Living. Probably not as much as Laundry Day, I'd say second to Laundry Day, but yeah, Tiny Living is one of my absolute favourites. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Vintage Glamour. Now, this is another one that I'm going to put in buy it now, 100%, purely because just like the other two in the same category, Tiny Living and Laundry Day, Vintage Glamour also adds more to your gameplay, as it introduces the aspect of butlers, as you can probably see by the picture here. You have a butler, and I mean, if you're playing with a rich family or even a celebrity family, there's nothing nicer than letting them have a butler stay with them. Again, adds a little bit more realism, adds something fun to the game. There's nothing better than having a butler to cook, to clean, to do everything for your Sims. I love that aspect. And the Create a Sim items are so pretty in this pack. I absolutely love. And to be fair, so are the build and buy items. I can't really fault Vintage Glamour at all. I would definitely recommend that one too. So I'd say they are my three favourite stuff packs. So you've got Laundry Day, Tiny Living and Vintage Glamour. These three are definitely my favourite ones. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Bowling Night. That's going straight down to I forget about it again. You see, there's quite a few that I forget about. But yeah, bowling isn't really something I care about ever in the game. Like ever. I've never really thought, oh, do you know what I want to do? I want to take my Sims to a bowling alley. It's just not really for me. It might be for you, but for me I'd say no. I just forget about it. And the Create Sim items are okay, but it's just not for me personally. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the Moschino stuff pack. This is one of the most recent stuff packs. It was quite a surprise to a lot of people in the community because collaborating with a brand is very rare. We had it in The Sims 2 with H&M stuff, but yeah, it's quite rare. But anyway, I'm going to put that in meh because I don't really think it adds a lot to the game, but it does have nice build items. I'm not that much of a fan of the Create a Sim items, if I'm honest, but purely because of the build and buy items, I have to put it in okay. I can't put it any yeah, I'm trying to get my words out. I can't put it any lower than meh because I feel like that's not doing it justice. The build items are so nice, so yeah, it's staying in the middle. As again, I'd say with Luxury Party, if you've already got all of these, then I would recommend getting these, but I obviously wouldn't put them any higher than what they are. So the next one I'm gonna talk about is Romantic Garden, and again I'm gonna put that in meh purely because, in my opinion, I don't think it's as good as Perfect Patio. But if you have Perfect Patio and you want to add even more to your garden, then I would obviously recommend getting that. Again, as I said, it's not as good as these, but it's not as bad as these, so it's going to stay in the middle, as it's just a mediocre pack again. So the next one I'm going to talk about is backyard stuff, and I'm going to put that in I forget about it, because again, just like these, I see how I forget about a lot of these packs, to be honest. They're just not really for me. The idea of it I don't really like. I don't know, it's just, again, one that I'd forget about a lot, a hell of a lot. And the same with fitness stuff. I feel like that's going down here as well. There is a lot of them that I forget about, but they're just not as good. And I mean, if you wanted to invest in any of these, I would probably recommend maybe Bowling Night just for the Create Sim items, and maybe Cool Kitchen for the build items. But I don't know, all of these packs, they're not like something I would never ever ever buy, but they're not something that I feel like is missing from my game. I don't really know what this adds at all, really, apart from some new fitness equipment, some new fitness activewear clothes. But yeah, again, I forget about it. But anyway, guys, that is my review of the stuff packs for The Sims 4. So if you're gonna go and buy any, I would 100% recommend Laundry Day, Tiny Living and Vintage Glamour, especially with stuff packs, because they are a lot cheaper than expansion packs. You can probably get, I think, about 3 of these for the price of 1 expansion pack. So I mean, if you're looking to invest in your game, I would definitely recommend these 3. But again, it is my opinion. It might differ. You might really like to have spooky stuff in your game or pet stuff in your game, and that's perfectly fine. But this is my opinion. But I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. Please not to forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get a notification every time I post. And also give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this review video. I may make some more review videos on other aspects of The Sims if you guys want me to. Let me know down below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.